My dream finally came true. In April this year, I went to Europe with my dad. Ever since I was young, he would tell me the most amazing stories about Europe. So I always dreamed of going there. After working through a bunch of part-time jobs, I saved enough for my first trip to Europe, visiting 6 cities: London, the Alps, Paris, Barcelona, Rome, and Amsterdam. Now, the real highlight of this trip was the Alps. And trust me, it's got a story behind it. My dad and I decided to head to the top of Malaysia, which is supposedly the most beautiful spot in the Alps. We took a cable car up, and I was like, okay, show me those postcard views. But what do you know? The green landscape starts disappearing, and everything around us goes totally white. Suddenly, we see people zooming by on the skis beneath us. Turns out, Malaysia was still in ski season. Oops! Oh my god! I wasn't exactly dressed for winter wonderland, so I started worrying about freezing to death. And with all that bright snow everywhere and no sunglasses, it was hard to even keep my eyes open. We tried to head down the mountain, but our feet kept sinking into the snow and the path was so slippery. I started freaking out, thinking, we might not make it down in one piece. I started complaining about the unexpected difficulties. And my dad, who almost never gets angry, finally lost his patience and scolded me. That snapped me back to reality. Okay, stop whining. How can we get down from here? Then, genius struck! Why not just sit and slide down this mountain like it's a snowy playground? So, that's what I did! Whee! I was laughing the whole way down. Sure, my butt got soaked, but it was worth it. After sliding for a while, we eventually saw a small hut in the distance, a haiku shelter. There was a table outside, so we whipped out our sandwiches and had lunch with the most breathtaking view. After that, we started walking down to Grindelwald village, and guess what? The snow finally disappeared, and suddenly everything was green and beautiful again. Pretty trees, hills, cute little houses. My dad and I walked down the path, soaking in the fresh air and the peace and quiet. It was like nature's reward for surviving that crazy snowy adventure. So if you ask me, Malaysia takes the crown as my favorite stop during the trip. It taught me a valuable lesson. The most ridiculous, difficult moments can turn into the best memories. The blinding white snow, the steep slippery paths, my dad yelling at me, the fear. I hated all of it at the time. But once we got through that, we found that little hut in the village of Grindelwald like hidden treasures. Malaysian will always shine like a jewel in my memory. Thank you.
Thank you. Next we have contestant number 5.